bummer. Final episode. Oh well. It sucks. It sucks. Well, it's the final episode until season 5 comes along, but it does suck still. That we're going to end here for now. But when season 5 starts up, the reactions will again for Black Mirror, so no worries. Although I don't know, it does depend on the schedule and when I know season 5 is issued out, which by the time this is uploaded, the release date might be out, or the release date might already be out, and I'm just completely ignorant, so who knows. But yeah, for now, this is the final episode of Black Mirror. So, yeah, hello everyone, Liam Catterson here, and we're going to be reacting to episode number 6, which is called Black Museum. So, it's been a couple of weeks since I recorded episode 5, because life's a bitch, and then you regenerate. But, yeah, I mean, this show has absolutely been amazing. This season especially. I don't know where to put this regarding season 3, because season 3 was probably the best one. And season 4 has had some standout stellars. USS Callister, I enjoyed every moment of that. I mean, I enjoy every moment of Black Mirror episodes anyways, but you get the idea, they stand out. Same with Hang the DJ. Metalhead was absolutely unique and horrific. Well, I don't know if it was more horrific, but it was daunting. It was absolutely daunting. I do think season 3 just has the edge. Just. Yeah, but season 4 has just been intense, and I hope we do end. I'm sure we will end on another high note, but yeah, with that said, let's just delve into Black Mirror's final episode for season 4. This is Black Museum. Let's go. She just found there was a body there, and she was... That would make so much sense, actually, with the song.
Damn digital systems. Never trust a guy in tech. Jesus, I should know that.
So what is all this stuff?
You can trust me, I do a lot of tech.
If it did something bad, chances are it's in here. Take a look around, take your time, see what pops out at you. Anything piques your interest, I can tell you all about it. Half of the assholes that roll in here can't even describe their symptoms. They're alcohol,
as a doctor,
or dumb, or 2 years old, or I can't
you'll be able to, I don't know, diagnose the situation better.
If you could feel exactly what a patient feels, minus the physical consequences.
You are basically Hector.
And relay them to Dawson's implant.
Yep.
We just had to find out if it worked.
Read your mind. And feel your pain.
This one.
Houston, we got a miracle.
I believe
right
it
off
was
the bat,
Houston. We have a
Dawson gets to work with the ailing public, starts building symphatic diagnoser, came in handy in the bedroom. His implant received pleasurable sensations too.
No. Oh,
so if his girlfriend slipped on that transmitting clarinet, and he tuned in his little implant nubbin. He didn't just feel what he was feeling, but also felt what she was feeling. Son of a bitch was experiencing male and...
Yeah, him as well. It corrupted him, didn't it?
Dawson blacked out for like 5 minutes. Turns out the senator had been poisoned. A rare poison at that. Some kind of Russian shit. He'd been into that whole thing. But Dawson had experienced death and come out the other side.
Oh my God!
At the moment of death, he tried to hide it at first, but thanks to that little nubbin, the more pain he felt, the more pleasure he got.
This is bad.
Okay,
especially,
stop. Stop.
Especially with the work you're in. Oh boy, this is terrible.
Climbing the walls, withdrawal, I guess.
That's what happens when you've been stripped away from your addiction. Oh, he's gonna harm himself, isn't he? Fuck's sake, just to feel that pleasure.
He didn't have patience to leech pain off anymore.
So you do it to
So
yourself.
he started inflicting it
No.
on him.
This is fucked. Oh my. Oh my. No, this is fucked.
But it was never enough.
Oh my god, I'm feeling physically sick. Oh no. A volunteer. This is messed up. This is what I was fearing. He'd become a psychopath. Oh my god.
You're fucking with me, right?
Okay,
No,
I added
no.
the owner I can possess.
Yeah.
Fun story. One of the saddest things in the whole place.
Doesn't look it.
You ever had one of those relationships?
No, my
where you
friend
just
Seska says
can't
we'll
get someone out
be
of your head?
over the moon with that
Yeah.
monkey.
Some years back, boy meets girl. Boy's called Jack. Girl's called
Chill.
Bro. Oh.
Carrie.
I was expecting Rose.
He dick pukes a little baby paste up a wazoo, which takes hold.
What the fuck?
Before you know it, out pops a boy, Parker. Boom.
Hey.
There are.
Say hi, mommy.
Oh!
Carrie gets hit by a truck.
I was gonna say she's gonna get hit
Winds
by a
up the
bike
same
with the
universe.
van. What? Oh.
Oh, God. So long since I tasted
Be weird,
anything.
wouldn't
You can
it?
taste that? She tastes it. Holy shit.
What if he likes something
like
but she
you're all
doesn't?
set.
Oof.
Jesus.
Don't snap at him.
Oh, but snapping at me is fine.
Baby,
How
you're...
does that work?
He's a child.
Oh boy. I can
serious,
see
man.
where things are going.
No, I'm not.
It's
I'm
not
not.
gonna
I'm not
end
being,
happily
I'm not
ever
being
after for both.
unreasonable. He not. No, just
Carrie
wait. No,
and Jack.
just hear me out.
Having a backseat driver glued into the backseat ain't no fun for anyone in the car.
No, it's not,
No
is it?
privacy for him.
You. Fuck you.
Oh, sorry. There we go.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, you,
This is
you
what
still
I was
talking?
wanting to know.
Well, no, I'm not stopping you.
You're looking over my shoulder, but from the inside. It's like trying to jerk off in front of a cop who's also your mom.
Fuck you.
Okay, you know what? That's
Oh
it.
my
That's it. Time out.
goodness.
I'm putting you on pause.
No.
Jack, don't you dare! Jack! Jack, I'm warning!
This is like the cookie, isn't it?
To get used to how things are gonna be.
I mean, I understand why Jack.
Listen, you fucking bitch. We can still have you white. That what you want?
I'm sorry.
Monkey needs a hug for no.
I should look deeper into this, but
Monkey needs a hug.
Parker got tired of his new toy. But that's kids. They're ingrates.
Damn, Carrie. It's gonna hurt so much, though.
Monkey needs a hug.
Whoa. Wait,
This is
this is a crime museum.
No, God forbid you do get sent to the chair. You know your family will be provided for life.
How does family feel
Shit.
about it?
He didn't give a shit. Abandoned him the moment he got locked up.
Who's convicted?
I know, right?
But he says he didn't do it, but.
Clay is your soul.
Ain't no such thing.
Oh,
It's
wait,
just
they
a
did.
computer simulation or something.
Then why does he need your permission?
If my partner comes through,
He wants to never let him exceed 15 seconds at max voltage. That would wipe his digital synapses out for good. Kill him.
Holy shit, he's talking.
Seem to be
There's
the
something
optimum
more.
Shock.
Oh my god, it's turning him into an amusement. Holy shit. Wait. She was the daughter to... Oh my shit! Oh!
Happy birthday.
You know what she did when she came home? Bottle of pills and a bottle of vodka. Found her, you fucking piece of shit. Whoa. Is it hot?
It's humid, right? I'm sorry. Stupid digital AC. Easy to hack.
Oh, so...
Double-decker mercy killing.
No.
I took off the 10-second limit so Daddy will get a full hit of juice.
Oh, man.
Should be enough to set him free.
Yeah, put well,
You
one final trip, I
However-
guess.
rode away inside there, Mr. Haynes. You feel it all.
Hey!
All the pain.
Fuck you!
Every perfect little shot of it.
Fuck you!
Holy shit! Oh, is she watching this? Oh my god! She's watched everything that... Oh my lord. Damn it. That was her justice, though. So it was her. I thought it was Carrie, to be fair, but... Oh, that's kind of sweet. Well, that took a turn, especially in the last story, with Clayton, an innocent person. I think he was definitely wrongly accused of being a murderer. Being tortured. And it was kind of like, I don't know, White Bear, except in this case, you know, Clayton was a more innocent person. But the resemblance to White Bear, I guess, was, you know, someone believing they could take justice into their own hands and carrying out a sicker version of torture, which was, you know, not Clayton, was Rollo's idea in the first place when he, because I think he had a feeling, and I think he had that racist vibe to him. He had no problem getting all kinds of people just to keep, you know, his, fancy torture session afloat. And, you know, he was so, I think it played out really, really well when he was so shaky with his story. Like, you could tell he wasn't so, confident like he was in his, he told a lot of great truth, I feel, like, with his first story about how, you know, Dr. Dawson, you know, completely lost it. And there's a tone difference, I think, with, how his third story carried out. Especially, you know, when he started to sound a bit aggressive. But yeah, it was absolutely sick stuff, but it's kind of morbid. She's, she's got, like, the souvenir of, Rollo forever screaming and that. But I guess at the end of it's not like she kept on doing it and doing it and doing it like it was on a, well, it's technically kinda ish on a loop, but it's more of what I believe the souvenir is more of a recording than, you know, a digital copy. So, it's not like he's on a loop screaming or whatever. He is, but it's not his digital conscience. It was just a one-time thing, executing him, feeling his, I wouldn't say it was, you know, it was feeling a fraction of, you know, Clayton's pain, because that's what I've been talking about. Clayton had to be put through this whole devastating process to the point where he couldn't speak anymore. And he was completely done in, because Rollo was a piece of shit. So, yeah. And it was so interesting because I said, you know, I think this guy's doing pretty good, like, especially with the second episode when, you know, we were having that, you know, transfer a comatose patient into, you know, one mind. But of course, he had to be a complete scumbag who deserves to get the shit kicked out of him. But genius thinking by Nish as well, like, you know, poisoning the water, and, you know, deliberately sabotaging the AC just, because she had an idea. That's why she went to the Black Museum. Now, I gotta make a comment on that. I'm sure Black Museum is a nice reference to Black Mirror as a whole, because there was a lot of references. There was some White Bear references. I mean, somewhat a bit on the nose in my opinion. Like, was me, you know, I guess, thinking too much into it. I think one of the hospitals was St. Juniper's. Like, I was like putting an O in the end of that, so I might be, you know, like I said, thinking too much into it. Same with the 1-star rating, on TripAdvisor, I think it was. I don't know. But 1-star rating, Black Mirror, you think back to Nosedive, don't you? So, but there was a few, like, reference deliberately, with Black Mirror's past, with White Bear, with White Christmas as well, especially this story, because it divided itself into 3 acts, like White Christmas did. And funnily enough, both stories had had some kind of prison aspect. Whereas we got to the 3rd act with this story, and you know, Clayton was a prisoner. Although in this case, compared to White Christmas, you know, like I said, they contrast like White Bear did. Because whereas in White Bear, you tortured someone who was involved with a crime, you're torturing someone who is said to have been wrongly, who is innocent, who is wrongly convicted of murder. But they still share the same theme, don't they? Like White Christmas and Black Museum. Both have 3 acts, both involving a prison, both taking kind of the law into your own hands in a sense, and, you know, torturing someone that didn't really deserve it, I feel. 'Cause, like I said with White Christmas, the physical embodiment, I feel like, is getting less pain than the cookie. Whereas the cookie, you know, is not the physical manifestation. Like, the cookie, you know, couldn't exactly, well, from my knowledge, couldn't exactly pick up, you know, a knife, for example, and stab you to death with it. It's your more physical self. The cookie's going through the worst procedure, so yeah. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed that. And I mean, Rollo would make a fascinating, you know, audiobook narrator or something like that. Like, he could send, like, Halloween, stories or something like that. Just Rollo's a piece of shit at the end of the day. So, yeah, but I won't lie, I thought there were some really, really genius concepts thrown into this. The first story, especially with how I thought that was really good with Dr. Dawson being able to feel the pain, and you know, you saw the setbacks for that transpire with, you know, him getting addicted to the point where he was mutilating himself. That was, I've saved some shit, but I think, you know, him mutilating himself is just, especially when you can hear it at full volume, it's just absolutely fucked up. So, yeah. But you saw the corruption, and like I said, it's a good idea for you to, you know, be able to be a better patient, be able to, like, compared to normal circumstances in the real world where they might not be able to diagnose situations, they could be able to be able to cure certain problems with the human body that might not be feasible in the normal world because they don't have that right equipment. And like I said, it suddenly turned into a more disastrous thing, especially when, you know, we had that little glitch moment. Well, when that person was poisoned, I believe it was, and he had that death experience. He lived death, And, you know, that everything went downhill from him from there, literally, to the point where he himself was in a coma. Like I said, I thought it was a really, really genius concept. Just the setbacks, man. That is messed up. It's completely messed up, though. So if we were to get to that level of advancement in technological evolution, I just hope we don't have that level of setback where we have someone being able to be addicted to pain. That's the thing, though. Like, he felt pain on a regular basis, and soon, here we are, got addicted. I like that chilly comparison, though. Like, it's like overwhelming at first, but then you gradually, find more, spices into the mix, like the pain. That wasn't, like, it wasn't enough for him to the point where he got really, really rough into sex and all that. So yeah. And I thought the second story was quite reminiscent to the cookie. Like I said, this episode shares a few similarities. I mean, it shares a lot of, references to other episodes, to the point where I'm thinking Black Museum is like a Black Mirror museum itself. But, White Christmas, I think, was heavily touched up upon in terms of, how everything played out, how this was constructed, everything. So, but it still felt fresh. So it wasn't like, repetitive. Oh, this is unoriginal. I mean, people might say it's unoriginal, but it still felt fresh and it still felt disastrous, especially when you thought, Rollo seems to, do a bit decent, especially with the second episode where you saw Carrie in that comatose state. And, the best thing for her, like, if you wanted, Carrie to live on, you could transfer. Although, that's the thing though, like, I knew there was going to be problems if you were going to transfer Carrie's consciousness into Jack's head, because, it's that thing though. There's, not everyone's going to be like, Frank and, forgotten the partner's name, from Hanging the DJ. Not everyone's going to have that perfect relationship. And, you might love someone at the time, but as time evolves, that love might dwindle. We didn't get to see much of their relationship where they, were two normal beings, I guess, before the coma happened. But we got to know that they had a great family, they were happy and all that, so yeah. And then, once Carrie was lobbed into Jack's mind, everything started to go downhill, and like I said, I think you kind of would expect that, because things are not going to feel the same. Like, you worry about finding a relationship with Carrie being there, and there's a lot of situations where Carrie might not like what Jack's doing. Like, for example, like I even said, okay, so we got to find out what did happen, but I was even thinking, okay, so what if, Jack tries something that Carrie doesn't like, taste-wise? But to be fair, and this is why I'm thinking, like, that, Rollo is more shiftier now when you're analysing this episode than, the episode, like, cause you think this idea is a pretty nifty idea, considering the fact that people in, these comas or states where, they can't really emote, like shifting them to another mind is a pretty decent idea to give them some emotion, some life, I guess, another chance, just a bit more limited. It makes you think, though, like, he could have supplied the pause feature, surely, from the get-go. Because then Carrie wouldn't have to go through the tastes and all that. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of other things out there that Carrie might not like, that Jack, like watching a horror film, for example, that might not be, of Carrie's interests. But, I mean, she could shut off her eyes. But, you're still able to, time, it passes a lot more slowly, than it does with the pause feature, as we saw, like, light flashed when, you know, Jack paused and unpaused her. And then there's that, like, you know, you might get lectured and all of that. I mean, you do in a normal relationship as well, but, like, I think it's more straining when it's a voice inside your head and all of that than it would be into a more physical form. So, surely Rollo should have, that's why I'm thinking Rollo's more shifty. I mean, the third act, he was definitely shifting. There's no judging that, which I'll get onto, furthermore, in a bit, but he could have, he should have supplied the pause feature from the get-go. So, cause here's the thing though, like, even a normal couple, you don't spend 24/7 with them, and that's Carrie. Carrie's spending 24/7 with Jack, but you don't do that in the real world. Like, even if you're the most perfect couple, you will have your times away where you can, you know, play your games in private, potentially, work, shopping. You get the idea. And, you know, with a lot more weight on your shoulders now that, you know, you've got a voice inside your head, the voice of your loved one, you just begin to, you know, have that, you know, pressure, and it's gonna, you know, tax the mind even further. So that, and we saw that transpire until, to the point where, you know, she was shifted into the monkey, which, like I said, is kind of good, but kind of bad as well, because you're trapped there. There's no way you can, well, she only had 2 responses, but that was it. She couldn't say anything else. Whereas with, Jack, she was able to, you know, pass her thoughts there, and he was able to echo them out. Like, she was like saying, tell, Parker I love him, and he was able to do that, whereas she can't say that as well. Like, well, she could say that, monkey loves you, but that's also, I don't think they even, you know, said anything regarding, the fact that her mother was in there, that his mother was in there. They just said, oh, this was a special, one. Mummy feels it. They didn't specifically say, oh, your mum's in here, by the way, so just, if you hug her, then your mother feels it. But that could be like very subjective, I think. It's like, you know, your heaven talk, isn't it? Like, I'm sure your parents are able to feel, you know, are listening to you, watching over you, all of that kind of stuff. So it's like that heaven talk. It's not specifically saying your mum's in there, by the way. So yeah. But even then, like, even if you said that, there's, like I said, there's no way of a conversation of more than 2 responses, which was, monkey loves you, monkey needs a hug. And it sucks. It absolutely sucks. So, but what sucks even further is, the kid, you know, being attached to the bear, awesome stuff, until the kid reaches a point where they no longer want to play with the bear anymore. And, or the monkey, should I say, in this case. And the way that Parker dropped the monkey was absolutely shattering, because, I mean, you have these emotions where you're like, I don't want my baby to grow up, I don't, like, or if you drop your baby off, or your child off to school and all of that, you get emotional, it's like you're growing up, but it hurts even more, I feel, being inside the monkey, and, not just that, but being dropped like that, abandoned, all of that kind of stuff. Like, a kid's age as well. So, it's gonna hurt a lot. So, I do feel so much for, Carrie, in this episode. And I did feel a bit for Jack, because, you know, like I said, this was taxing on him, and I think there's gonna be that restraint, but, you know, it's a poopy situation, but it's a beneficial idea as well at the end of the day. Then again, you could argue, is it? But at least my thinking is, at least they're able to emote, I guess, and say stuff and all of that kind of stuff. They are able to live past the point where they Like, they are able to defy the expectations of just dying in a vegetated state or not being able to respond at all. So yeah. And come to think of it, you know, when we saw Carrie in her state when she was, after she was hit by the truck, it's no different, the monkey, I feel. Because she was still able to, you know, kind of signal, with the, clicker thing where it lights up green and yellow, for yes or no responses. It's the same with the monkey because she's only got 2 responses there. So, she was back to square one at the end of the day, which really, really does suck. So yeah. But yeah, the final act, like I said, I said what I needed to say. I do think that there's some kind of racist angle going on, with Rollo. With the fact that, you know, he was so, I mean, I don't think they made it clear that Clayton was innocent or whatnot, but it seems to imply that he was. But, you know, he just went along with it anyways. Like, Rollo just continued torturing him. Like I said, it's like White Bear, isn't it? And, only more reverse. Only he's seemingly the innocent one. Whereas Victoria, you know, helped, like, she didn't do anything. She just watched. But it's still shitty to treat, you know, punishment as an amusement. And that's what he did. Well, he did. It was an amusement park. And you even got a souvenir for participating where you see someone still screaming in pain, looping, fracturing that moment of him being in pain into a nice souvenir. Well, it wouldn't be a nice souvenir, but it's a souvenir, isn't it? A nice souvenir for the customers who, like, would enjoy doing that and all like that kind of stuff. And that's the thing. You enjoy seeing, Victoria, no idea where she's at, and it's an amusement being part of this game and, you know, getting people to, you know, laugh at, you know, her agony and all that. Which is what Rollo wanted to do. Rollo wanted to laugh at the agony of Clayton. So it does kind of suck. And like I said, he was very, very shaky. He lied on his story. He even kept, like, we thought that was Carrie, the monkey, but it was the mother. So he kept, both Nish's parents, prisoner. Which absolutely sucks. That's what I'm getting at it anyways, because, of course, we found out that, Thingy's mother was able to respond afterwards. And, you know, you had Clayton, which absolutely does suck. Like I said, it's absolutely shameful for, I've lost track there, but it's shameful for Rollo to, you know, do this and find some amusement. It's sickening. It's absolutely sickening, but yeah. I don't know where else I could go with this episode. I thought it was really, really great stuff to see. I mean, holographic people are already in development right now, because there's been a couple of celebrities that's been, but I don't think they've gone to the part where they feel, or they are more human but holographic in a sense. I don't think they've gone to that level. So, but you know, holographic representations of your, you know, idols, you know, have existed before, and you know, it's just worrying as well because, you know, you could recreate something like Rollo's incident as well. I'm just thinking as well though, you could also have an eternal prison as well for someone. Like, Jack the Ripper, for example, let's do that. You could have, like, he's dead, of course, but you could prolong his sentence, because you have people who are sentenced for beyond their expiry date. but with this idea, you could still imprison someone, even when they've kicked the bucket. But you just gotta, and the thing is, they won't be able to do, well, to my knowledge, they won't be able to do anything. I don't know, would they be able to, you know, still, I don't think they would, because they can feel, but I don't know if they can, you know, pick up a knife, for example, and yeah. So, yeah, it's like, in the right hands, it can be a good idea. Of course, justice was taken in the wrong hands with Rollo, where he treated this as an amusement, like White Bear, and not even that, but it seems to imply that, you know, Clayton was innocent. So, yeah, you're taking the law into your own hands, into a more amusing way, where, you know, it's not justice at the end of the day. You're not, you know, imprisoning someone. You're having fun and that's not what, and like the message, that's not what, you know, justice at the end of the day should be. It shouldn't be fun, but it is for Rollo. So, yeah. And not just that, but, you know, he's scum at the end of the day, especially if he is racist. You know, being so super shaky with, you know, Clayton's story and trapping both the mother and the father in prison. That was a really, really amazing episode. It didn't feel like it was unoriginal, even though, you know, it kind of carried the same template as White Christmas, but they still made it into an insane episode where you were just completely shook of everything that went down. Rollo, as, you know, despicable as he was, told for a really, really, had a really, really great narrative voice, so that was cool. But yeah, I really, really, you know, loved that episode. And I'm just thinking, if I didn't say it, like, if I didn't include it, because I definitely said it in the reaction, but, you know, you can only compress this to 10 minutes and all of that, so, yeah. But, I'm sure Nish was Shuri from Black Panther, so, yeah, I'm positive. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but, I'm certain I've seen her face on Black Panther before. So, yeah, but, no, like I said, it was a really, really fantastic episode. I absolutely loved how, shocking it was, how investing, and it was a brilliant finish to Black Mirror Season 4, so awesome stuff. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. You can check out my, Black Mirror reaction, since this is the end for now. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can just subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!